Hey, Nexi, what's going on? Thank you. Not much, getting ready to hit the sack for the night. Well, I hope you have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, this is Commission Black Arachnia from Transformers Beast Wars. He said to make her extra thick, so I appreciate it. And in a minute, I'll show you the new setup. It's the same desk and everything. It's just now I'm at my parents' house. Let me know if the air conditioner is too loud. So I didn't go live yesterday because to me it's kind of loud. I don't want to get copyright strike for this one or copyright claim. All right, cool. As long as they sound good, I guess we can deal with the air conditioner. Yeah, I have everything minus the micro HDMI because I brought the Elgato and then I brought the camera, but I forgot the HDMI, so I can't use the overhead camera for tonight. So I'm like, oh, let me just stream with my phone. I'm pretty sure the quality is not going to be much different when you stream. The only problem here in my parents' house is that because I'm upstairs, it's going to be really loud. So I have to talk a little softer. Whereas at my house, I'm in the basement, so I can make as much noise as I want. I mean, within reason. Yeah, that was my biggest concern coming to my parents' house because I have uh, 400 down, 20 up internet in my house. But my dad only has 100 megabits per second, so I was worried that if I streamed, it wasn't going to be very good quality, but so good. Yeah, the next commission that I have to do is Jason from uh, Friday the 13th, but from part 2 with the bag over his head. It's lagged a few times, but not very long. Okay, that's good to know. Because I am streaming from my phone, I don't get the. I can't check the analytics of the stream, so I have to go based on what you guys say. try to get it at a good angle here. Maybe I could prop the camera on something here. That should be better. Better view. Ooh, Black Ops is a good theme. I might get a copyright strike for that, or claim for that one. Newer game music is always tough to play. Thank you. I try to get better every time. Like with every new piece of art, I try to outdo the last one. I know that's tough to do because sometimes you stagnate, you know. I don't want to stagnate. Yeah, I did. I did one issue, and then I was supposed to do a second one. So I sent it in, and you know I got the credit for it, but it was never published. So the goal right now is I'm trying to get. I'm doing a lot of smaller projects with indie comics. It's kind of like when a baseball player gets to the majors, but they didn't do good enough to stay in the majors, so they get dropped back down to the minor league. And so they work their way back up, and then they get back to the major leagues. That's the best analogy I could give for that. I was going to take a little bit more time off, but I didn't want to not get the ones on camera. This one I unfortunately couldn't record. Yeah, that's true. You know, just try to be happy with what you get, right? Well, this one is done. Now I can move on to Jason. I'm gonna peel that off later. These are a pain to peel because this part right here, it can ruin the image if you don't take it out right. So I normally have to use like a blow dryer because this glue is a pain. Got some of it out. Alright. I gotta close this up. Before I start it, I'll take you on a quick little tour of the new setup. So this is the table. There's the main computer. And here I'm going to be putting my laptop. For now I just have a screen because I wanted to play my Raspberry Pi. This is kind of like in the old room. I'm going to have stuff here, just a quick grab. And then all the markers are over there. So this is just... So my marker refills. These are the main markers. My sketch cards right there. Paintbrushes, and then all my access totes. Tripod. Everything is good to go. It's just some cables that I need to bring from the house at this point. And you can never have enough markers. Wondering how far back I can go. Yes, San Andreas. It's gonna be a weird angle for people watching. I just gotta find the photos because this one's very specific on which Jason he wanted. He wanted Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2. He's a good friend. He's actually the one that wanted, or I did the Michael Myers one, the Halloween. Crap, where's the pictures? That is so weird. The pictures just disappeared. Try going back. There we go. Oh, this one's gonna be really fun. Tons of fun here. I can't wait. Just wanted to say thanks for the support. You saying you have my back really helped me in my decision. Hey man, that's what we're here for. We're family. You and everybody in the group have always backed me up, and you know I'm always gonna support you. I don't know if that's the right pencil. Might be a little too dark. Ha! Found you. This mess. Look at this mess. At least it's not as messy as my old setup. Alright. I think I did that. Michael Myers. Yeah, I did that. I did that straight. I did that vertically, not horizontally, so. For some reason, I feel more crowded now than I did before, and it's the same table. Go figure. Alright, let me see if I can get it. There we go. I might be able to... Hopefully I don't make you dizzy right now. I'm gonna try something. It might might work, it might not. Just hang tight. Oh, don't be hot. Whew. I might have to cut out this light. This light's hot. It was worth a try. It almost worked. It didn't work. Alright. I'm gonna be able to see the chat in a second. Sorry, guys. Hey, Gamerthon, what's going on? Yeah, I tried to get it to go up to the normal spot where I put it, but the phone is so top heavy, it keeps wanting to like spin around. It was worth a shot. Yeah, I was psyched when somebody asked me to do Black Arachnia. I was he said either Black Arachnia or Soundwave, and I've already done a Soundwave, so I'm like I'd rather do Black Arachnia. We'll put this back up later. All right, Fabian, since you missed the tour, I will do one more tour. All right, so this is the stand with the markers, the Dragon Ball statues. My brother took all his stuff down to make space for me. That's my Pokemon display that's eventually going to have the cards and the trainer decks. That's the marker right there, brushes. And then this is all stuff I brought from home, still in there. And then this is my main tote. I'm going to do a video once I get situated and everything kind of calms down here. I'm going to do one called What's in the Box. And it's just going to go over all the stuff I keep in my art bin. Yeah, what's nice about this new setup here at my parents' house is it's messy, but in an artistic way. The room at my old house was just messy, so I didn't like really showing much on camera. Here, I don't mind showing on camera. Alright, so I forgot I gotta set this up now. Thanks for the patience, guys. I think that's pretty well situated there. Just gotta pop this memory card in and then I can start recording. So you guys can see what I'm seeing. So camera set up here and straight down, that's the angle. So I'm using the Avatar box set to kind of get a better angle while I'm drawing. I don't want this to show up on camera, so I'm just going to push it a little bit. Alright. Now we can get started. All right. It's hard for me to see the chat at this angle, so just bear with me. I will respond. This Jason looks so weird with the bag on his head because we're so used to the hockey mask Jason. But I think this one looks a lot more terrifying. Oh, from Dynamite? I might be able to talk to my friend Dennis. He worked for Dynamite. And then now he works, crap. Boom Studios. He was doing, I know he did the Assassin's Creed covers. His name is Dennis Solero. He's a great dude. It's funny how people want to get on these big titles. I would love to be on Assassin's Creed or Zorro. Yeah, me neither. Do you know if it's ongoing, if it was a mini series, or if it was like a one shot? Because that would be the big determination. Because 2017, isn't that the year that they released the Killer Instinct, they re-released the game? Yeah, he didn't work on the Fall. He worked on the series afterwards because the Fall was about the Russian Revolution, and I think he worked on the one. Actually, let me pause this real quick on the top camera. I think it was Dennis Solero, Assassin's Creed. So he worked on the Templars. Straight up the Templars. Oh no. Oh wow. So he worked on the Assassins too. That's my buddy Dennis. He's a great guy. I mean, if you find him on social media, he'll add you in a heartbeat. Such a good dude. As a matter of fact, I think I should do a video on him. But yeah, I didn't realize he worked on the Assassin storyline too. But he's worked on the Templar story and Uprising. But when we do covers, you don't really get as much credit as the ones that work on the inside. Obviously, because they're doing more, they're doing all the legwork. We just get to do a nice pinup and move on to the next thing. I can't remember if Jason from part 2 had he has an axe, right? The picture I have here, he doesn't have. Oh, okay. It's like a harvester. It's a harvesting tool. seems that Killer Instinct 1 is a 6 issue series. Okay, so it's a mini series. Those are good. I don't like one shots for. There's just not enough in a comic. Enough room in a comic to tell one fully fleshed out story. 6 issues seems about right at that graphic novel stage, you know. Oh, did I miss something? Been watching Murders on Netflix. This show stresses me out. Oh, most of my stress at the old studio was just the fact that it never felt like it was clean. It always felt messy. So I can't watch a show like that. It'll get my nerves going. And then the cleanliness is what really drives me nuts. That's why that show Extreme Cheapskates. Oh man, never watched that. It would probably stress me out too. Hi, Kimberlyn. What really stresses me out right now is using the phone, because I know my battery. That's one thing Android has never really gotten over. Apple, their batteries suck. Or Samsung, not Android. I hate things being messy. It stresses me out. Yeah, no, for sure. Studio Nintendo. It's man, it's so good to see everybody. It's been a while. I just realized I didn't have this light on. It's not gonna show up good in the time lapse. I'm doing all right, man. It's been a rough week, but all in all, uh, it's been good. Right now, I'm just drawing Jason from Friday the 13th Part 2, the one with the bag instead of the hockey mask. I don't have a good picture of his feet, so I'm gonna guess he has like farmer's boots. What video games? Oh, Metroid, okay. For a minute there, it sounded like Tron Legacy. I was like, I am not getting a copyright claim tonight. Thank you, Kimberlyn. I would hope so, that I'm at least okay with how much I do draw. I don't have a social life other than YouTube. That's how much I draw. YouTube and Twitter. Yeah, this the sack Jason, it just to me seems a lot more menacing than the hockey mask. The hockey mask is scary, but if a dude with the sound his head comes after you, it's like super KKK man or something. In you probably know this growing up, but in Spanish, they have the boogeyman. We call him el cuco. And I always thought Jason was like that, the cuco. You know, like the scary el cuco viene. And when I learned about the KKK in school, I was just like, oh, is that what the cuco means? And my parents would tell me, no, it's just a horror legend to scare kids. They have a Friday the 13th game. It's awesome. Oh, I know. Everybody in this chat has played it except me. I got it with Game Pass. I just never bothered to install it. My My drive space is at a premium right now because I downloaded Red Dead Redemption Part 2. Oh man, the legs are off. Just give me 1 second. Oh, you haven't played it, Studio Nintendo? This might be really loud, guys. So if it gets loud, just let me know. All right. I need more room. I should have went higher, but I'm just gonna fix the leg. No way. You playing that Metroid? I can hear. Yeah, I just have it on a video game playlist. So it's just playing just random video game music. Older video games don't get copyright claimed like newer ones. On one stream, I was playing. I put classic music, classic video game music. I got claimed up the ass, and it was because it was all Final Fantasy stuff. It's a stupid game. I love, as much as I love digital drawing, nothing beats just going free with a pencil. Yeah, I mean anything gets acclaimed. Yeah, Night Trap is a bad game, but it's one of those games now where it's like old, really bad old movies where you can play it with some friends and it's just a good laugh. I remember when I got my Sega CD for the first time, and it had Night Trap and this other game where it was like a FMV racer game, and it sucked. And my first thought was, man, Sega CD kind of blows. I got it for like $2 on the eShop. Man, this one is so dark. Like the reference shots for this. Let me see if I can open it up. Zoom in a little bit here. The flannel is going to be fun to draw. People only care about Night Trap because of its reputation, honestly. It's a terrible game. Yeah. But tell me that wouldn't be funny to just have some friends over and just play just for the LOLs, you know? Yeah, this is what I don't like about the phone stream. You guys will send a chat and I can't see it. Yeah. I don't really drink too often, but it's been really nice out. So I've been sitting in the backyard, and because I'm back on my healthy kick, I got these things called White Claws. It's super gross, but it's only 100 calories. It's like drinking LaCroix. Let me just grab my pens real quick. seem to have misplaced my pens. Huh. Oh, got him. Got him, got him. Don't start drinking. It's not a good habit, but it is nice when you get older. Do not tell parents I am condoning drinking. Oh man, I wish this picture was a little bit more high res so I could see more of the detail on his body. I'm gonna try to make the curves of the mask kind of look like a scowl, so it looks even more menacing and scary. All right, what is this playing? Oh, it's Smash Bros. Okay. There's some Pokemon in here. Love me some Pokemon. You know, I was going to get the expansion for Pokemon Sword and Shield, but I really don't want to get it now. Just too many games. And I downloaded Mortal Kombat Aftermath, and it's pretty much been our whole lives, that and Just Dance. Because my wife and I were just trying to lose as much weight as possible. We put on so much weight because of the quarantine. And it's fun to play a video game while you're trying to lose weight. I'm gonna get some sleep. Have a great one. Thank you, you too, Naxi. Thanks for coming on. So happy to have you on here and happy to have everybody on here. I appreciate everybody who just hangs out for a couple of minutes or stays through the whole stream. It means a lot. Hopefully I can get back to the regularly scheduled stuff on the channel, you know, and because I have a couple plans. Actually, I can't get into my phone right now. Kind of give you a heads up on what's gonna come soon. I was talking about the what's in the box. Then I'm gonna do one called the Unity videos, where I'm gonna showcase artists of color. You know, other artists to just get that visibility out for them. Just try to do something positive right now. I think we need more positivity in the world. I'll stay for the whole stream. I love your art. Thank you, Kimberlyn. You rock. I wish you could see it better, but I really appreciate that. I doubt I'm going to finish this tonight, but I wanted to get at least the ink stage done on it. The biggest problem with drawing on a 11 by 17 is just the size. So I normally have to switch up. This is a 0.2. Let's see if the camera focuses. Come on. That's a 0.2. So I'll flip between the 0.2, the 0.5, and the bullshit pen. It's actually a brush pen. I call it the bullshit pen. When I'm in school, I'll tell, because I put my tote on the table. I'm like, I'll tell the student next to me, can you pass me the bullshit? It's nice to draw with this one too. You can really get some thin lines with it. I'll show you. So if you go really light with it, you can get some nice straight lines. You have to be really precise. It's like painting with a brush, but instead of doing huge swaths, you're hitting small areas, and little by little it starts to come together. Little by little. And then this one right here, this one's going to be tricky because it goes across his face. So I'm going to go down a little bit more and then up. And then right here, I'm going to darken it up because I'm going to use a gel pen to make it look like it's glowing. Just turn that down a little bit. It was a little too loud. So all these areas here where it's open, I'm actually going to go in with a gray marker and gray it out. And then when I go over it in color, it'll act as a shade color. How long is this Pokemon song? Holy crap. Let's see. World of Warcraft, definitely I get a copyright claim if I do that one. Dr. Wily's Castle. What's nice about having the Elgato now is I can stream the RetroPie, which I'll probably do sometime this weekend. Just a fun chill stream. I mean, the drawing streams are kind of chill too, but it's nice to just kick back and play a video game. Those little curves. That's the biggest problem with curves is because it's not digital, I can't turn the canvas to face the direction of the stroke. So if that's not there, then sometimes the stroke won't follow and it just becomes wonky. And then just do a couple wrinkles here. Meow. Amazing. Thank you, Hugh. Appreciate it. There's a little bit more darkness here in the middle, just to emphasize it's the middle of the face. And right before the end of the stream, I will grab the camera so you guys can see it better. Now I'm going to switch to the 0.5. It was this one. Stinky Ash, what's going on? A lot of new faces in the chat. How's everybody doing? New markers always love to pull. Push and pull, push and pull. So now I'm gonna pick up the pick, and instead of going down, because there's more chances of it snagging going down, I'm gonna go up. And it's just a complete line. Now, this rotation here, since it's a smaller one, you can go in that direction. Why did Wiley stop? All right, and then I'm gonna drop down, around, and then cycle through here. And the shape is made. And then here, you can either use the pen or the markers to kind of give it that effect. I like to do a little bit of both. Give markers a break. At the same time, you can still hit the effect you're looking for. Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, oh my, the music is just amazing. I think that's why I like Darksiders 2 so much, because it's the same composer. I think his name is Jepsen Kid or Epson Kid. I know it's Kid something. Oh no, my main light's about to die. I don't think I brought my ruler. Try to get as straight as I can. It's wood, so I'm not too worried about the straightness. When you're working with something like wood in the drawing, it doesn't matter if it's straight or not, because wood is never completely straight unless it's machine made. But we want to make it, give it that almost like naturally found wood. Drawing hands is the worst. I hate drawing hands. If I had a choice, I'd draw a face any day. You know, and that's what I do at conventions is if I know it's going to be like a short convention and it's going to be a lot of people, you'd never want to get bogged down with a ton of people in line. So you could do a deal where it's like $20 head sketches or $30 head sketches, and What that does is, because you can draw faces really fast, it helps you not get bogged down drawing a whole pinup like this. Because this could take you 2 hours and you get, $150 for it. Or in 2 hours you do seven $20 ones. So it it can work out depending on your speed. For something like this, a big commission like this, I like to take my time with it, especially since I'm recording it for a time lapse for the channel. So you want it to look good and you want to grab all the detail you can. I'll probably save the footage for Halloween though, so I have Halloween footage. But feels good to draw traditional again. I've been doing a lot of digital work the past few months because school went completely distance learning. So what that means for anybody who is not in school is all my classes were online. Hi, Darth Vader. Hope the force is strong with you tonight. Thanks for coming on. Trying to make it look as much as possible like the Michael Myers piece, because this is going to be a companion piece to that one. He's wearing some overalls, so just kind of make the overalls in my style a little bit here, because in the picture it's really dark, so it's really hard to see. And I'm gonna get a lot of those textures with marker. Oops, that was for my friend on email. It is all good, Kimberlyn. The more you guys chat, post messages, the better it is for the stream. So Daddy YouTube sees it and sees it as engagement. So engagement's huge on YouTube. It shows people are actually watching your stuff. Without engagement, YouTube does not push your videos. Thank you, Stinky Ash. Appreciate that. I'm guessing you're Kimberlyn's friend? Alright. I got some of the curves here. Yep. Well, I'm glad to have you on the stream. I appreciate it. And Kimberlyn, thank you for inviting him. Yeah, this is Jason. Let me pause the main camera so I can show you guys what you missed earlier. So this is what I did earlier. I finished this black Arachnid up from Transformers Beast Wars. Hey, you know what the great thing about even watching people do art is you learn. So even if just a little bit of the bug gets you, it's always good because it just means more people are going to draw, I used to teach students that were 10 to 16 years old, and they all varied in skill level. And I always told them the most important thing is just draw. Even if you think it's not good, uh, you'll never get good if you don't try it. The If I showed you my art from when I was 12 and 13, you would think it's a different person's artwork, at least to me. So you're always your worst critic. But who knows? Maybe if you guys want to, in my about section is my email address. You can send me some of your artwork, and if you feel comfortable with it, I can share it on the channel. I do artist showcases every now and then. I haven't done one in a while because I haven't really been getting any submissions. You know, I can't do submissions if no one sends them in. But I always showcase them, and I don't rate them or anything. I just kind of showcase the artwork and talk about things that you can work on. Even the professionals can work on anatomy and proportions. Nobody is perfect, but it's about finding your style, your rhythm, and something that makes you stand out from the rest of the artists. I appreciate that, Darth Vader. I don't think I'm wise. I just I like to get other artists motivated. Because to me, I don't believe in better than. I just believe that you should just create because you like to create. And as long as you're having fun, you know. Having fun is the most important part. If I didn't have fun when I draw, I wouldn't draw. It's the... I would be like, ah, screw this. I'm gonna go play video games. Because I love video games too. This arm is a little bit too small, but I will show you the power of a brush. So with this brush, I can actually add some bulk by using blacks. So I'm blackening this area, and it's going to make it look like his arm's a lot bigger than it really is. It's kind of hard to fix a mistake when you do it in pen, but there's little tricks around it. And light is something you can really play with. Send it straight through. I would love to do a video on it. Don't make Ash feel uncomfortable, but if you want to send the art over, I would love to take a look at it. And make sure you link, you know, if you have a YouTube channel, an Instagram, a Twitter, whatever you want to link, and I can share it. That way other people can check you out. Because it's one thing for me to tell you it's good, but when 4 or 5 people tell you something's good, it really helps your self-esteem. Sometimes all you need is just that one person to say, wow, you're really good. And then 3 or 4 more people to tell you, hey, you should really do this. And then it just snowballs from there. And one thing to stay away from is just negative people, because you will find a lot of those. And those people are never going to go anywhere in life. The negative people are always just going to try to bring you down. Ash, if you're comfortable, send it on through. If not, don't worry about it. I'll tell you what. I'll leave the option open. So down the road, if you're comfortable, then send it my way. Oh, no worries. Thank you for coming on, Darth Vader. I appreciate it. Get that schoolwork done. I don't want you to get in trouble. You got to get schoolwork done. School's very important. Well, like I said, Kimberlyn, whenever you feel comfortable, I wish I had some of my art to show you from when I was younger, so you won't feel so bad. Looking back on it now, it doesn't bother me, but I can understand where you're coming from. I've been there before. Sometimes I was scared to show my artwork. But now it doesn't bother me, because I know the people are gonna like it, and then the people that don't like it are gonna have negative things to say anyways, so we need positivity in the world right now. We need to walk into the place and say, play me some of that feel-good music. We need that feel-good music. I hope my air conditioner is not too loud for you guys. So there's the texture of the pickaxe. I'm going to zoom this camera in a little bit here. This light's about to die. Hold on one second. It just got a little darker. But this is my main camera, or my main light, and it's on really low battery. So I'm gonna stop doing the main recording and just touch this up a little bit. Alright, I'm back. Just have to put it on the charger. It's halfway across the room. So I got the first half inked. I'll do a little bit of a view here. So the first half is inked. Then this part's still penciled in. So what I do is just grab the eraser, and the parts that's dry, just kind of get those pencil marks out of there. Don't be jealous. You know, if you just watch the videos, there's a lot of great artists out there too that are a lot better at teaching than I am. There's Trent Kaniga. There's also a Gumroad by an artist called Jing Sketch, and he has some great tutorials. You have to pay for those, but there's also free YouTube ones. If you come back tomorrow on the video, I will try to link them in the description, so that way, if you trying to find out who they are, you can check it out, or I'll just leave a comment with their channels. Um, but it's good to check them out. They're mostly digital artists, but a lot of the digital stuff you do transfers really well to physical drawing. I'm gonna stop doing Jason for tonight, just so I can show you real quick. I'll show you on the iPad. What just fell? Something just fell. I don't know. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see it. I'll try my best. So, let's turn the camera here. Okay. So, it's gonna be weird drawing like this, but hopefully you guys can see it. Try to aim. Okay. Hopefully that's good. Man, I need to clean that screen. Alright. Before, let me just make sure none of my inappropriate drawings are up. Okay. So one of the things that I always say that is good to practice is steady hands. So what I mean by that, and this is not a digital thing, this is just something you can do with your pencil and pen. Steady hand means that you just take a piece of paper and just with your hand, just make lines. Different pressure. So you're doing thick lines, little lines, thin lines, really thin lines. Yeah, I have TikTok. If you actually just type in Otero Studios, you'll see me. It'll come up under Art Sensei, I believe. But these little tools really help. Oh. So doing stuff like this really helps with steadying your hand, because then you're going to get to a point where you need to draw something straight, like a sword. So if you're drawing a sword, you need to have that steady hand, you know, in order for it to look right. Because if you wobble all over the place, if you wobble all over the place, that no longer looks like a sword, it looks like a leaf. Things like that, quick practice things. When you go to draw, I wouldn't go directly to just trying to make your most amazing piece ever. When you draw, the best thing to do is just doodle. The phone is really hot. So it's going in and just making sure you, let me turn this light off, is just go in and just doodle. So I'm just going to look on the room. Okay, I see a battery pack, so I'm going to just draw a quick battery pack. Or use the shape of the battery pack. So now you have that shape. And now you can turn it into whatever you want. So I'm going to turn this battery pack into a robot. So I'm going to just move it here to the center, shrink it down a little bit. And then right here, just do one big eye, one small eye. Do this weird face. Some ears. And I'm drawing with one hand right now because I'm holding the phone. It keeps wanting to flip down, so I'm just holding it. So that's why it's not as good. And then here. And then I'll look at, oh, my lamp. So my other lamp, that lamp up there, I'm going to use that lamp as inspiration to draw the bottom half of them. And then you could draw the lower half, use the same lamp. So what this is called, it's called ideation. It's you're taking ideas and creating something out of it. So now I got this weird robot with small hands and like robotic feet. Like, ooh, a tank. He's got tank tracks. Yes. So that's what ideation means. It's you're literally just letting your hand do all the talking, just creating something out of thin air. I also like to just draw shapes and turn them into things. So obviously this is going to be a person because this is the chin and this is the skull. So here, so I could have made it like a portrait view. Portrait view means that you're looking straight out, but this is going to be a 2/4 view. It's so hard to do this without my other hand to hold the iPad, but a 2/4 view is kind of like a view. So now you're creating the eyes and the nose. And you can kind of mess with the face. So if you don't like that mouth, you can go like he's pissed off, or you can erase that, and you can do just like he's happy, and then you can draw the hair. So you can do so much with it. I'll show you one that I did here. This is one that I started off as a sketch, and it was just shapes. So I'm just gonna. So this is the first step. It's just making random shapes. Then the next step is turning those shapes into a character. And then you fine tune it until you get this. So those are the natural progressions of a sketch. Drawing it 3 times over can be tedious, but you learn from the first sketch, you make corrections, and you keep going and going and going. Another one where I can show you the framework. I'm not sure if I did it with this robot, but on this robot, let's see. No, that one, the sketch is lost. I'm trying to find one with a really wonky sketch, start sketch. This one might be good. So I did this for a novel. So the original sketch is I drew on paper. It's right here. And then I drew it on the computer so you can see the difference. Let me zoom, put it over here. This is the original sketch on paper, and then this is how I drew it on the computer. Pretty close, but not the exact same. This one's a good one too. This is a Gand from Star Wars. So this is the original sketch. This is the original sketch right here. You can see how scribbly it is. It's very scribbly, very messy. And then from there, I did a more fine-tuned sketch. I actually erased a bit. And then it went all the way to this one. And as you can see here, I have the different layers for it. So that's the skin, that is the gun texture, the jacket, the pants, his belts. These are the highlights, and then the background. This was for like a Star Wars role-playing game. But then you get into stuff like my comic, which I am almost done with. If I can find it. I'm trying to be careful because I do draw nudes and I don't want to show them on the channel unless it's part of that. I'll just move it up this way so you can't see it. Oh man, what? That's Midnight Eye characters. I'm looking for the comic book. Where did? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is my Midnight Eye comic. The ones that I'm moving over usually in drawing. So I'll go to page 2. So the original sketch is all the way in the back. Right? You probably can't see it. Let me make it bigger. It hasn't changed much, but you know, he's still there. He's still there. The only thing I changed was him flying away. So there's those fun little things you can change. Just turn that off. But just to end the stream, I'm going to do a quick drawing. Change the color here. Go with it blue. Make the background like a lighter purple. Should I go red? Then we'll go blue. Alright. So any requests in the chat? If you guys want to see me sketch right now, just let me know. I'm going to try to make some space on here. I might be able to sit this up. This. Ah, yes, I can free up my hand. Try to aim it so that it gets the whole screen. Any requests in the chat? I gotta clean this up. Alright. Can you draw a forest with like a river? Sure, I'll do one from the top of my head. So, for the first part, let me see if I can back this up a bit. That is a lot better. Okay. I will do the Greek goddess in a forest by a river. So, one thing to always, if you know what your background is going to look like, just sketch out your background first before drawing a character, just so you know where they're going to be in the atmosphere, or in the environment, not atmosphere. So your Aphrodite goddess type character will be in the center. So this would be the river. He's very sketchy. So then what I like to do is I'll lower the opacity a little bit, just so I know it's there, but it doesn't really get in my way. And now I'll draw Aphrodite. Let me see what she looks like. I can't remember what Aphrodite looks like. Okay. All right. So really sketchy. And she is not in that layer, so you don't have to worry about drawing over things. Another good advice too is when you're drawing someone's body, um, don't try to draw a character like straight like that, like a stick figure. You want to make it look like they're moving. So the best way to do that is to draw the lines going in different directions. So if this is going to be her shoulders, right here, you're going to draw a line to go in a different direction, so the body's kind of flowing that way. So then you draw this little triangle here. This is going to be the lower body. And you can kind of mess with it. So I'm going to move her up a little bit. Obviously with pencil you just have to erase, but there's nothing wrong with erasing and reworking. It's part of the sketch process, because nothing's permanent when you're sketching. It's all just trying to get down a technique and get down your composition. So obviously your shoulders are really big. You can always fix that. Just erase it. And bring down her shoulders just a little bit. And then this would be her clothes. And that's the hands. We'll make some flowy clothes. I've never drawn with the iPad like standing up like this, so it is moving quite a bit, but I kind of like it. It's not really hurting my shoulder as much. So then we're going to draw the hair kind of flowing out. And then draw the ears. And this is where the face is going to be. So you don't really have to do too much of the face. I draw faces a lot, so I'm not really gonna go super detailed on the sketch, because I can always draw from memory. But whatever you feel comfortable in doing, if you really feel like, hey, I really want to flesh the face out early, you can sketch it out. It's just my preference, because I normally will add detail later. But there's the typical body, and we have the background. So now I'm going to lower that layer, opacity 2, and then lower this one even more so it doesn't get in my way. So now you can either use the same color of dark, just go darker, or you can change the hue so that it really pops against it. And if you're using a pen, you can use the pen, but if you're doing digital art, switching the style of pen that you're using is important. I was using the render, but we can do sharp render, just lower it just a little bit. And now I can start adding little details in the nose. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see it. Oh no, my phone's dying. I'm trying to last as long as I can before it dies. Might not be able to get the whole picture, but now the face looks a little weird. No problem, you can start all over. So I'm going to go to the same brush, just up a little bit more. And what was bothering me was just how low the nose was. losing my voice. All right. The lip's always going to be right below it. So there you go. I'm not a big fan of using this one to line, but I wanted to use a different brush than the one I just used. I used the thin render, and all these brushes are part of that Jing sketch that I was talking about earlier. Um, but if you're using pen and paper and marker, same thing happens with this. Is you're switching up from a pencil to a pen. Your lines are going to look really different, so it's important to get that same feel. And a little bit there. Feels so weird drawing so far. I'm gonna move up a little bit. I don't know if Aphrodite had a lot of long locks, but it's gonna be my version. So here is where the shape really starts to come into play. So the neck coming down, and then we can even go a little bit higher on the brush size. And then you can start a little bit of shading, nothing crazy, but you want to have some sort of reference for when you start to color, if you color. And then this is her toga. And then the hand. I hate drawing hands, but you have to learn how to draw hands. And then from there, now you can move on to the feet. We'll do the sandals type look. You can draw hands. You're lucky. I hate drawing hands. You know, that's why I really enjoy monsters, because normally with monsters I can just create my own hands. I don't really have to go super in depth and make sure it looks correct. No one's ever seen a real monster before, or at least, you know, my fantasy monsters. So it doesn't have to look super realistic. And no one's gonna be like, that's not what a monster's hand looks like, you know? And she's kind of like floating in the air. And now I can keep her there. You can get rid of that background art, and there you go. That's Aphrodite. Now I'm gonna do the background. So we can keep her there. I'm going to make the brush a little bit bigger. And then these are the trees. And if you're working digitally, there's brushes that you can use to make it look like trees. Like from Jing's set, he has some ones that you can use for trees. But for this one, I'm going to use Trent's one. So you can kind of really give it that foresty look. or you can even go green right off the bat if you're... You can't draw hands. I was gonna say, you're lucky if you can draw hands. I'm gonna switch to pencil now. And this one I like to use for a really sketchy look. And like I said, this is about having fun. So making mistakes is part of having fun. And then we'll do like a light blue for this, for the water. It's not super detailed, but it's getting close to the end of the night and my battery's running out. But if you guys enjoyed this, I can do a bigger one. I can do a longer video kind of showing the progression from, start to finish. This was just a quick one. You guys asked for the forest and a river. This is the river right here. Obviously not a really nice looking river, but trees, and then Aphrodite. I want to thank everybody for coming on. I'll shout out everybody that came in the stream. Kimberlyn Phillips, Stinky Ash, Darth Vader, Gamer Thumb TV, thanks so much for coming on. Not Another Game Collector, Hugh M, Super Nintendo came on the stream, that was awesome. You guys rock and make every stream worth doing. I appreciate everybody for coming on, and as always, don't forget to keep it over 9,000. Take care.